The world is a canvas where nature meets human ambition. What once seemed impossible now towers above us, born from vision, sweat, and human brilliance. From timeless ancient marvels to gravity-defying modern feats, every structure tells an extraordinary story. Barriers no longer hold us back. They spark unbounded creativity. Today, we embark on a grand journey through the wonders of human ingenuity, where the past and present rise together to defy the limits of imagination. Get ready to witness human wonders like never before. Among San Francisco, USA's most famous architectural icons, the Golden Gate Bridge stands out. Connecting the city to Marin County over the Golden Gate Strait, the bridge is 746 feet tall and spans around 1.7 miles, therefore uniting San Francisco Bay with the Pacific Ocean. Its unusual hue, international orange, was selected to improve visibility in the area's regular fog. With a main span of 4,200 feet, the Golden Gate Bridge was the longest suspension bridge built worldwide when finished. Built to resist earthquakes, the bridge exhibits structural resilience and longevity. Since its inauguration, almost 2 billion cars have crossed the bridge, therefore confirming its vital importance in regional mobility. Apart from a technical achievement, it represents human inventiveness and innovation in engineering. Potala Palace, located in Lhasa, Tibet, China, is one of the most prominent and sacred architectural wonders of Buddhism. The palace is built on a hill, about 12,139 feet above sea level, showcasing the traditional Tibetan architecture. Potala Palace stands out with its towering walls and grand architecture, housing thousands of murals, Buddha statues, and historical relics. The landscape around Potala Palace is unique. From the top of the palace, visitors can enjoy panoramic views of Lhasa city and the snow-capped mountains, creating a peaceful and vast space. The winding paths leading to the palace also allow visitors to explore the pristine beauty of Tibet. In addition to its natural beauty and architecture, Potala Palace holds deep spiritual significance. It was the residence of the Dalai Lamas throughout history and remains a major pilgrimage center for Tibetan Buddhism. Devotees come from all over to pray and seek enlightenment at this sacred site. Potala Palace is not only a religious symbol, but also a historical landmark of Tibet, marking significant events in the development of Buddhism in the region. Religious rituals and important events are still held here, creating a sacred atmosphere that attracts both tourists and followers to worship and learn about religion and history. Sigiriya Rock is a giant rock about 660 feet tall, standing out in the vast plain. From the top of Sigiriya, visitors can enjoy panoramic views of the surrounding area, including rice fields and wetlands. The area surrounding Sigiriya has a rich ecosystem with many species of tropical plants and wildlife. Stairways leading to the summit. It is one of the most famous landmarks of Sri Lanka, attracting millions of visitors every year. Three Gorges Dam is a massive hydroelectric project located on the Yangtze River, China. Built to control flooding and generate electricity, the dam is about 2 miles long and 600 feet high. The landscape around the dam is impressive, with towering cliffs and lush green mountains. The vast reservoir behind the dam creates a stunning view, blending majestic nature with human-made structures. This is an ideal place for visitors to enjoy the beauty of nature and feel the grandeur of one of the largest engineering projects in the world. Culturally, Three Gorges Dam is not just a hydroelectric project, but also holds significant historical and social meaning. The construction of the Three Gorges Dam was aimed at controlling the floods, a major issue of the Yangtze River, helping protect millions of people living along its banks. Additionally, the dam plays a key role in economic development by providing clean energy and improving waterway transportation. Three Gorges Dam is a symbol of progress and innovation in using natural resources sustainably while contributing to China's long-term development. The pyramids of Giza, one of the most famous ancient wonders in the world, are located on the outskirts of Cairo, Egypt. Built around 25 and 60 BC, this complex includes three main pyramids, built as tombs for the pharaohs of the 4th dynasty. The Great Pyramid of Giza, also known as the Pyramid of Khufu, is the largest and oldest of the three. It was constructed using approximately 2.3 million limestone blocks, with each block weighing an average of 2.5 tons. The Great Sphinx of Giza, with the body of a lion and the head of a man, is carved from a single limestone block and stands as a monumental symbol of ancient Egyptian civilization. The Pyramids of Giza were designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1979 and are the only surviving wonder of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. The Sagrada Familia Basilica in Barcelona, Spain, is an architectural masterpiece designed by Antoni Gaudí. This construction combines Gothic and Art Nouveau styles, creating a unique and impressive design. The building features a total of 18 towers, each symbolizing a unique meaning, with the tallest tower representing Jesus Christ. The Sagrada Familia is divided into 3 facades, each depicting a stage in the life of Jesus Christ. Although unfinished, the church was consecrated and declared a minor basilica in 2010. The site was recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1984, affirming its significant cultural and historical value. The Angkor Temple complex, located near Siem Reap, Cambodia, is a famous cultural heritage site recognized by UNESCO in 1992. This complex includes many large temples, with Angkor Wat being the largest and best preserved temple. A prominent feature of Angkor Wat is its long corridors with bas-reliefs depicting scenes from the Ramayana and Mahabharata epics. Angkor Thom, built at the end of the 12th century under the reign of King Jayavarman VII, was the final capital of the Khmer Empire, famous for its large gates with carved giant faces. Angkor is not only a religious center, but also a symbol of ancient Khmer civilization, reflecting the prosperity and advanced construction techniques of that time. The Great Wall of China is one of the world's most remarkable wonders, perfectly blending natural beauty with architectural grandeur. The landscape here is incredibly unique, with towering mountain ranges, vast grasslands, and stretches of the wall running through steep cliffs. The sight of the long stretches of the wall winding around hills creates a breathtaking natural scene. The wall passes through many different terrains, from deserts to forests, offering an amazing variety of experiences for tourists. The Great Wall of China is not only famous for its natural scenery, but also holds significant historical and spiritual value. Throughout its long history, the Great Wall has witnessed many wars and major military events. The wall was not only of military importance, but also symbolized the strength and endurance of the Chinese people. Additionally, many stories about battles, sacrifices, and legends surrounding the wall have contributed to its mysterious allure and captivating charm. Mont Saint-Michel is a rocky island in the sea with a tall Gothic abbey on top that looks like a fairy tale castle above the waves. When the tide is low, people walk for miles across the sand before the sea returns quickly and hides the path once again. The buildings are stacked up from the base to the top, with curved roofs and sharp spires rising high into the sky. A legend says the Archangel Michael appeared in a bishop's dream and asked him to build a holy church on the mountaintop. When the bishop hesitated, the angel touched his head and left a burn mark as a sacred sign from heaven that could not be ignored. Locals believe that on stormy nights, the church bell sometimes rings even when no one is inside the tower. The Luxor Temple, located along the Nile River, is one of the most prominent monuments of ancient Egypt. Built around 1400 BC, the Luxor Temple is dedicated to the god Amun and was a major religious center of the country. This structure is famous for its towering stone columns and walls that depict the history and religious stories of Egypt. The entrance is marked by two massive stone towers, each about 80 feet tall, leaving a strong impression on visitors. Notably, the carvings on the temple walls depict religious rituals and military victories of the pharaohs. The Luxor Temple is not only a place of worship, but also a symbol of the power and prosperity of ancient Egypt. Grand Buddha at Ling, Shan is one of the most famous Buddha statues in China, located in Jiangsu province. The statue is 88 feet tall, made of bronze, and stands majestically in a vast space overlooking the lush green mountains and beautiful natural scenery. One special feature of Grand Buddha at Ling Shan is the surrounding landscape, with mountains encircling the statue and peaceful gardens nearby. This statue creates a majestic yet tranquil environment, attracting visitors to admire and find inner peace. Standing in front of the statue, visitors are not only impressed by its massive size, but also feel a sense of serenity and spirituality. The landscape at Grand Buddha at Ling Shan is also remarkable, with the Buddhist architecture surrounding it. The temples, archways, and other religious structures showcase traditional Chinese architecture, highlighting the beauty and reverence for Buddha. This construction was built not only to honor Buddha, but also reflects the strong development of Buddhism in China. Grand Buddha at Ling Shan is not just a religious site, but also a cultural symbol, attracting millions of Buddhist followers and tourists for pilgrimage and sightseeing. Izai Bridge is an engineering wonder stretched across steep limestone mountains, creating a breathtaking and unique landscape. The suspension bridge hangs among the clouds, connecting two high peaks and crossing a canyon more than 1,100 feet deep. Locals believe the site was once guarded by a sacred dragon and holds the spiritual energy of the mountains. Nestled in a tropical rainforest with a diverse environment, Tikal boasts various exotic species like birds, jaguars, and monkeys. Among Guatemala's several reserves, Tikal National Park is among the biggest, covering more than 77 square miles. It is home to many large trees, including ancient and valuable wood species. From 600 to 900 feet high, the hills of Tikal's surrounds create a breathtaking scenery. Attracting birdwatchers, Tikal is also a fantastic location to find migrating species, including flamingos and parrots. Petra is one of the most famous wonders of the world, known for its architectural works carved into red rock. The landscape here is extremely impressive, with red mountain ranges, narrow canyons, and paths leading to ancient temples and tombs. These structures not only have beautiful designs, but also stand as a testament to the talent and creativity of the Nabatean civilization. Petra is also famous for its changing colors throughout the day when sunlight hits the rocks, creating different shades, making the landscape even more mysterious. It was once the capital of the Nabatean kingdom and an important trade center in the ancient world. Stories about the rise and prosperity of Petra have been passed down through generations. Paro Taktsang is an old monastery and fortress built on a high mountainside, standing out with grand design in a peaceful and wide natural mountain setting. The structure has tall, white walls, red roofs, and golden towers that shine under sunlight, creating a majestic and powerful scene from a distance. It is surrounded by pine forests, with fresh air all year, each season bringing a unique charm, like white snow, pink blossoms, golden leaves, or green fields. The atmosphere here always feels calm and pure, like a quiet world where your spirit returns to peace and deep reflection. Its buildings were made without iron nails, using old secret techniques passed through generations that still remain a mystery today. Locals believe the place has sacred energy that can keep evil away and provide protection from guardian spirits. Cologne Cathedral, or Kölner Dom, is one of the most famous Gothic architectural landmarks in Germany. Built from 1248 and completed in 1880, the cathedral stands at 515 feet tall, making it the tallest building in the world for 4 years after its completion. With a facade area of over 75,000 square feet, it boasts the largest facade of any church in the world. Inside the cathedral, it can accommodate over 5,000 people and houses many valuable artworks, including the Shrine of the Three Kings. In 1996, Cologne Cathedral was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Marina Bay Sands is a spectacular architectural icon of modern Singapore, located at a prime location in the Marina Bay area of the city centre. This world-class complex stands out with its unique design featuring three 55-story towers connected by a boat-shaped sky park at the top, creating an unmistakable skyline of the Lion City. The most impressive highlight is the 492 feet infinity pool at the top of the three towers, where guests can swim with the sensation of floating in mid-air, while admiring the panoramic city view from a height of 656 feet. From the Sky Park, visitors can enjoy a 360-degree view of Marina Bay with its vast water surface reflecting the brilliant lights of the city, creating a magical dreamlike scenery. Opened in 2010 at a cost of about $5.7 billion, Marina Bay Sands is not just a luxury resort, but also a cultural center with the uniquely lotus-shaped Art Science Museum and a theater that regularly hosts Broadway musicals. The Statue of Liberty, a symbol of freedom and democracy, stands on Liberty Island in New York Harbor with an area of about 15 acres. Designed by Bartholdi and featuring a steel framework by Eiffel, the statue has become a symbol of the American dream. Additionally, the statue was the first landmark seen by immigrants coming to America, bringing new hope and opportunities. In 1984, UNESCO designated the Statue of Liberty a World Cultural Heritage Site, affirming its global value. In the present day, the statue continues to be a powerful symbol of freedom and a popular tourist destination in the US. Comprising more than 240 little temples around the main towers, Prambanan Temple is a vast Hindu temple complex. Prambanan, with a tropical environment, is impacted by the wet season from November through March. Beautiful natural scenery results from the abundance of rich rice fields and farms around. Prambanan has been solid for millennia, even though it is close to an active volcanic region. Numerous bird species and other animals call this location home, therefore adding to the great biodiversity. Furthermore, the surrounding ecology is varied. Ancient trees and tropical ones accentuate the attractiveness of the surroundings. Sumela Monastery was built on a steep cliff about 4,000 feet high, offering a stunning view among mountains and clouds all year round. The monastery's architecture is special, with rooms and chapels carved directly into the mountain, connected by narrow hallways and stone stairs. Ancient wall paintings inside show scenes from the Bible and still keep their colors clearly after hundreds of years. According to legend, it was founded after two monks dreamed of the Virgin Mary, who led them to a sacred cave. One mysterious story says that during a big earthquake, the whole mountain shook, but the monastery stayed strong without any damage. Many believe some holy force protects this place, especially since people once heard singing at night, even though no one was inside. Burj Khalifa, located in Dubai, UAE, is the tallest building in the world, standing at 2,717 feet, 828 meters. Completed in 2010, this building has 163 floors, with 9 floors designated for the hotel, and the remaining floors for office and residential purposes. Burj Khalifa has 58 elevators, each capable of traveling at speeds of up to 32 feet per second, the fastest in the world. This building also features the highest observation deck, offering visitors a breathtaking view of Dubai. Designed by architect Adrian Smith, Burj Khalifa has become an iconic symbol of Dubai. Chichen Itza is one of the most amazing Mayan archaeological sites with many mysteries. During the spring and autumn equinoxes, sunlight creates the image of a giant serpent crawling down the staircase, an amazing phenomenon of ancient astronomy. The sounds in the area have extraordinary properties, such as hand claps creating echoes similar to the sacred Quetzal bird, or sounds in the ball court traveling over 492 feet without amplification equipment. Many interesting natural phenomena appear around the structures, like the sound of rainfall emanating from the steps when people walk down, or the slight luminous effect of limestone under moonlight. Beneath the pyramid is a mysterious cave where archaeologists found a red jaguar statue with eyes made of jade, demonstrating the sophistication of ancient sculptural art. Renowned for its sophisticated irrigation and drainage systems, Ephesus is among the biggest and best-preserved ancient cities in the Mediterranean. This city is also tied to the Temple of Artemis, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, though only ruins remain today. There are lots of gardens and green areas in the city that produce a rejuvenating effect. Travelers find great appeal in the paved stone streets surrounding Ephesus, since they let one stroll and view. Thanks to the sophisticated irrigation system, around the city are rich agricultural areas. Ephesus still shows some of its unspoiled natural beauty, which would be perfect for those who enjoy the surroundings. Borobudur is an ancient Buddhist temple in Indonesia, known for its pyramid-like structure built in the 9th century. The temple features a unique design, with reliefs depicting Buddhist stories surrounded by stunning natural landscapes. Surrounding the temple are lush rice fields and gently rolling hills, creating a peaceful and serene environment. One of the mysterious aspects of Borobudur is the astronomical phenomena that occur on special days of the year when sunlight shines on the temple's reliefs, creating fascinating shadows and light effects. Many believe that this is an astronomical event, symbolizing enlightenment and the light of Buddhism. These phenomena add to the mystery and mystique of the temple, making it an intriguing destination that should not be missed. Some structures around the world are so mysterious that today's engineers still cannot figure out how they were built. They rise from striking landscapes, blending human ambition with a sense of the impossible. Others are steeped in history, standing for centuries, while their construction techniques remain unsolved mysteries. These structures are unique masterpieces, defined by extraordinary design and the enigmatic skills of those who built them. Today, we begin a journey to uncover the world's most unbelievable buildings, marvels that challenge our understanding of architecture and engineering. Meteora includes monasteries built on natural rock pillars more than 1,300 feet high, with steep surfaces hard to reach, and baskets. But how people first accessed the rocks remains unclear. Some areas inside the monasteries are not open to researchers, and most old documents have not been published or digitized. Before the monasteries, there were signs of reclusive groups living in this region, but their identity and disappearance are still unknown. Despite natural and historical challenges, much of the architecture at Meteora still preserves its original 14th century design. The combination of religious buildings with vertical rock formations has created a site that is difficult to replicate anywhere else. Stonehenge is an ancient stone structure located in a wide plain made of huge stones aligned with the solar cycle. Moving these stones from faraway places and standing them upright with precise angles raises questions about prehistoric engineering. To this day, its true purpose is unclear because no written records explain why it was built or by whom. The culture that constructed it disappeared without leaving clear traces, making it hard to trace any social continuity. Excavation of the entire site is restricted due to concerns about damaging intact archaeological layers beneath the ground. Dating results show that the structure has existed for over 4,000 years, with multiple phases of modification and use during the Stone and Bronze Ages. The pyramids of Giza stand on a vast limestone plateau on the western edge of the Nile, contrasting the golden desert with sharp-edged, monumental geometry. Their beauty lies in perfect proportions and precisely angled sides, once polished to reflect sunlight like mirrors. In the 5th century BCE, Greek mathematician Herodotus visited the site and recorded its construction, sparking centuries of debate. The pyramid's original purpose remains uncertain. Some believe they were royal tombs. Others suggest astronomical or spiritual functions. Construction methods are still mysterious, as multi-ton stones fit together precisely without mortar. No clear explanation exists for how ancient builders transported such materials over long distances. Kailasa Temple was carved from top to bottom directly into a massive rock wall, forming an entire structure that remains connected to its original stone base. The total volume of rock removed to create the temple reached hundreds of thousands of tons, yet no records describe how it was done. Many carvings inside the temple are highly precise and arranged in three-dimensional space, but it remains unclear how their locations were planned from the outside. No design drawings, technical records, or labor organization documents have survived, limiting further research. Although the full identity of the builders is unknown, remaining details show this was the work of a society with advanced technical and religious development around the 8th century. The Great Wall of China is an ancient structure that stretches across many difficult terrains, from high mountains to semi-desert areas, forming a line connected to the natural landscape. Sections of the wall curve along the mountain ridges, with weathered stones that have become symbols of strength and durability. The legend of Meng Jiangnu, walking hundreds of miles to find her husband forced to build the wall, and her cry causing a collapse, reflects the human story behind its construction. Although considered a defensive line, many segments are not in strategic military locations, leading researchers to believe it also served to control population movement and display imperial power. The construction techniques varied by region, using stone, brick, or tamped earth. Castel Follet de la Roca was built on top of a long, narrow basalt cliff about 160 feet above the valley floor, surrounded by two rivers. The location forms an almost vertical wall, with the entire village stretched across a natural stone platform over 300 feet long. The houses are built closely along the edge, with foundations extended sideways to balance on the narrow base. A small landslide in the late 19th century caused 3 edge homes to collapse, but the others remained stable due to dense basalt and cross-footing design. No old records explain why such a narrow and risky location was chosen for settlement, and the original purpose is still unknown. Technically, the drainage system was cut into sloped rock surfaces, allowing rainwater to flow away quickly without eroding the basalt base. The Golden Bridge was built on a high mountain area where fog and strong winds are common, creating a landscape with drifting clouds and views over vast forests. The bridge features a golden walkway supported by 2 giant hands shaped like ancient stone, drawing attention due to its unusual architecture and bold proportions. During construction, all materials, such as steel and concrete, were transported to an elevation of several thousand feet through steep terrain and constantly changing weather. Although announced as a sightseeing spot, many believe the hand design holds symbolic meaning, though the architect has not fully explained the original concept. The main bridge uses steel columns drilled deep into the mountainside, while the hands are made of steel frames, covered with fiberglass mesh and a faux stone layer for a light but aesthetic finish. Angkor Wat is a massive, ancient complex deep in Cambodia's jungle, remarkable not only for its scale, but for engineering mysteries still unsolved. The greatest puzzle lies in how millions of stone blocks were transported across rivers and forests without traces of roads or tools. Its precise water systems, canals, reservoirs, and moats are aligned with celestial events, reflecting advanced knowledge of climate and hydrology. Many symbolic carvings match star patterns, though their full meanings remain elusive. Certain corridors exhibit acoustic resonance effects at intersections, phenomena not replicated by modern methods. The entire site represents a rare blend of architecture, astronomy, and engineering that still challenges scientific understanding. Katski Pillar is a nearly vertical limestone column, about 130 feet tall, standing alone among mountains and forest, fully separated from the surrounding ground. These buildings were made from hand-carved stone, with tile roofs and wooden railings, and have stayed stable for centuries. Some believe it was used for isolated religious ceremonies to show separation from everyday life. Petra is an ancient city carved directly into red sandstone cliffs, with many large facades but interiors that have not been fully excavated. Major structures like temples and tombs appear behind narrow mountain passages, making the site feel hidden by natural terrain. Important details about the water systems and residential areas remain buried under sand and have not been accessed due to harsh climate and complex landscape. Research is difficult because natural erosion is slowly erasing the original shapes of the stone buildings. Very few historical records remain, and they do not explain the cause or timeline of the collapse of this long-lasting empire. Wangshan Valley is a deep limestone valley with an enclosed terrain surrounded by vertical cliffs about 800 feet high and layered caves not fully explored. Some caves in the area have no known endpoint, and many cracks are still not mapped to where they lead inside the mountain. Earlier surveys found pottery fragments and traces of ancient settlement, but no clear information exists about the identity or culture of the former residents. Certain parts of the valley are now closed to entry due to preservation concerns and geological instability, making full surveys difficult. The valley's isolated location and complex natural conditions have caused research and access efforts to be delayed many times over the past decades. Phuktal Monastery was built on a vertical limestone cliff in the Himalayas, with its structure following the steep rock slope to form a solid complex. The monastery surrounds a natural cave once used by ancient masters, and no written records exist about how the structure was originally built. A stream flowing through the cave provides the only water source for the monastery, a rare feature among high-altitude religious buildings. For many centuries, the monastery has been guarded by the resident monks and has remained untouched by outside influence. The Banyat Towers sit on a gentle hillside along Vietnam's central coast, offering wide views of the plains and nearby wetlands. The standout feature is the Cham-style architecture combined with individually arranged towers, decorated with twisted and symmetrical baked brick carvings. During a restoration project in the early 20th century, French experts noted that many bricks remained firmly in place without any mortar, puzzling engineers. Interestingly, no clear records exist about the original names or functions of the towers, raising questions about whether the site served as a religious center or an ancient observatory. Some internal features align with the sunrise axis, but researchers have not fully confirmed the intended design purpose. The interlocking brick techniques and corner joints have allowed the towers to withstand regional storms and seismic tremors. Monastery was built on a vertical cliff about 250 feet high, with a deep valley in front and solid rock rising behind it. The entire structure is supported by wooden beams embedded in the rock and connected with wooden joints without using metal nails. The monastery includes several small buildings, narrow corridors, and wooden bridges, all linked seamlessly, forming one unit in traditional religious architecture. The original purpose of the monastery is still unknown, with some theories suggesting it was built to avoid flooding or for reclusive religious life. Historically, this structure was highly praised by a Tang dynasty emperor, who ordered it preserved as a respected cultural monument. The Colosseum in Rome is not only a Roman Empire symbol, but also showcases advanced engineering with features still not fully understood. Its radial corridors and stairways allowed over 5,000 spectators to enter and exit quickly without crowding. Below the arena lies a hidden system of elevators and platforms, powered by gravity and mechanics, without engines or electricity. Its foundation was built with vibration-absorbing materials, dispersing force from thousands of moving spectators. Arched ceilings and column arrangements evenly distributed weight, preserving stability for centuries. Though the canopy is gone, the original retractable shading system remains a debated mystery among researchers. Tiksi Monastery in India is an impressive Buddhist architectural complex located on a hilltop, featuring natural beauty harmonized with surrounding majestic mountains. What makes Tiksi mysterious is the lack of official records about its construction, time, and development process over many centuries, leaving much of its history unexplained. The greatest mystery is the disappearance of many ancient civilizations that once existed in the Tibetan region and surroundings, where Tiksi is believed to be an important religious center, but ancient cultural traces are unclear. Research on this monastery is limited due to its difficult geographical access and strict control by religious organizations and local authorities, restricting archaeological surveys and historical studies. Tiksi Monastery holds deep historical value, built and maintained since the 15th century, symbolizing Tibetan Buddhist tradition and playing a significant role in the spiritual cultural life of this region. One Pillar Pagoda is a unique Vietnamese structure built on a single stone pillar standing in the middle of a lotus pond, resembling a lotus rising from water. This design is fully asymmetrical with only one chamber, differing from most traditional temples in the region. The legend of King Li Tai Tong dreaming of the goddess of mercy has not been confirmed by solid historical evidence. Some theories suggest the pagoda inherited its form from an ancient religious structure that disappeared without leaving enough material traces. Due to historical upheavals, many original design records were lost, making it hard to study the initial construction. Although it has been reconstructed several times, dating results and scattered records show it is over 1,000 years old, reflecting Buddhist influence and royal power during the Lai dynasty. Crazy House was built on a hillside in Vietnam's southern highlands, where layered terrain and ancient rock allow for anchoring foundations in separated structural blocks. Unlike any other structure in the region, its entire design, architect Dang Viet Nga, did not use a fixed blueprint, but adjusted the design during each construction phase. Records show the project was once halted for failing to follow traditional construction codes, but later resumed after being considered a form of free-form art. Many concrete sections were poured manually and sculpted while still moist to resemble roots or cave formations. To date, no full analysis has been published on how load is distributed within this non-axial, gridless architectural system. Koh Loa Citadel lies in the Red River Delta and is known for its 3 massive spiral-shaped earth walls surrounding the central area. Each wall follows an irregular, winding path, forming a complex defense layout that modern simulations have yet to fully replicate. In 1963, archaeologists uncovered mass-produced bronze arrowheads, suggesting this area once hosted military training and weapons manufacturing. A major mystery lies in how ancient builders compacted and layered the earth without mortar, while still achieving lasting structural stability. No other ancient land-based fortification in Southeast Asia rivals its scale or complexity. Folklore speaks of An Duong Vuong's mythical crossbow, implying possible advanced military technology, though researchers continue to seek verifiable evidence. Chaco Canyon is a massive desert canyon in the American Southwest, featuring towering sandstone cliffs and deeply eroded plains shaped by ancient forces. Its harsh and empty terrain creates a surreal atmosphere, leaving many to wonder how a complex society once thrived in such an arid landscape. The ruins include massive stone buildings aligned with celestial patterns, leading to theories that it served as a spiritual or astronomical center of a vanished civilization. The community's sudden disappearance remains unexplained, with no clear signs of war, disease, or natural disaster to account for their decline. Some parts of the canyon are restricted for research, and key archaeological findings have yet to be publicly released, fueling further speculation. Despite the mystery, surviving structures prove that Chaco Canyon was once a vibrant cultural hub, with influence across the western regions over 1,000 years ago. The Geralta region in Ethiopia is known for its majestic steep rock landscapes and ancient rock-hewn churches perched precariously on cliff faces, creating a distinctive and unique natural beauty. The mystery of Geralta arises from many stone architectural structures that have not been thoroughly studied, along with a lack of clear historical records about their origins and construction purposes. An even greater mystery is the disappearance of ancient civilizations that once lived and developed in this area, causing many cultural traces to be lost or insufficiently preserved. Research in Geralta is limited due to the difficult terrain and strict protection regulations by local authorities, making archaeological surveys and studies hard to access. Geralta holds important historical value, with rock churches built from approximately the 4th to the 15th century, serving as evidence of religious traditions and unique architecture of the Ethiopian people over many centuries. Masule on a steep mountain slope, where houses are stacked so that the roof of one serves as the courtyard for the one above. Height differences between buildings range from 10 to 40 feet, requiring horizontal foundation extensions and reinforced stone walls to adapt to the incline. A landslide in the early 20th century swept part of the lower slope, but most houses remained intact due to foundations anchored in bedrock. No old documents explain why such a steep site was chosen for settlement, and the origin of this tiered architecture remains debated. Local tradition says the layout was designed to maximize space and light, while providing natural defense during past conflicts. Drainage was handled through multiple levels and built-in wall channels, preventing water buildup and erosion during the long rainy season. Bow-hanging coffins are ancient wooden coffins placed on vertical cliffs around 100 to 130 feet above the ground. How these heavy coffins were lifted to such heights is still unknown, since there are no signs of ladders, pulleys, or scaffolding. The coffin sites are often dangerous to reach, and many areas are restricted from direct study. The Bow people, who practiced this burial method, disappeared without leaving clear records of their culture or society. Researchers still do not fully understand why these people chose to bury their dead on cliffs instead of underground. Abuna Yamata Gu is a church carved directly into a nearly vertical rock face, located at about 8,200 feet high and reachable only by climbing narrow, slippery paths without railings. The interior is sculpted from solid rock, with murals painted using natural pigments that have remained visible for many centuries. No fixed stairs or modern support systems have been found, suggesting that building this structure required advanced technical knowledge. Air vents and light openings were carved in precise positions, allowing the space to stay naturally ventilated and lit. To this day, no official document has confirmed the founder or original purpose of the structure. There are still natural wonders in the world that are so beautiful that they leave us speechless. They don't need famous names or tourist maps. They exist silently among the mountains, forests, rivers, streams, and clouds. There are places where the water changes color according to the sunlight, and there are places where the limestone stands upright like a wall of time. All of them create an endless symphony that nature reserves for those who are willing to search for it. They are not ostentatious, not noisy. They just exist quietly and wait to be seen with appreciative eyes. And you, are you ready to begin the journey to discover these unnamed beauties? Lake Bled is located in a mountainous area and stands out with its emerald green water reflecting the sky and surrounding pine forests. In winter, the lake can partially freeze, while areas with underground streams still have water flowing gently beneath the ice. When morning fog covers the area, the scene becomes blurry, and the lake seems to blend into the forested mountains. Local legend says that the lake's bottom once held a temple lost after a major earthquake. The lake is mainly fed by underground mountain springs, keeping the water clear all year. Meteora stands out with giant sandstone pillars rising prominently within a large valley, creating a rare and impressive geological landscape. Ancient monasteries built atop these tall pillars show human perseverance and creativity in choosing difficult locations to protect spiritual life and religious culture. The area's history is closely linked to its role as a spiritual and academic center for many centuries, reflecting deep religious and cultural values. Local people maintain a simple lifestyle closely connected to nature while developing tourism based on unique cultural and natural heritage. The surrounding wildlife includes many species of birds and animals typical of limestone regions, enriching the diverse ecosystem. A special experience here is hiking or climbing trails that allow visitors to feel the grandeur and mystery of both the landscape and the unique architecture on high. Socotra is a remote island with a unique landscape that includes dragon blood trees shaped like inverted umbrellas found nowhere else. Its terrain combines limestone mountains, dry plateaus, and remote beaches covered in white sand. Local people live by fishing, herding, and collecting traditional medicinal plants, maintaining a lifestyle closely connected to nature with minimal modernization. The island has its own language and customs, reflecting a culturally independent development over many centuries. Although housing is simple, structures are built with limestone and local materials to suit the dry heat and rugged conditions. Visitors often hike across the island, walk through strange forests, camp by the sea, and learn about traditional plant uses from locals. Cappadocia has a very unique landscape, with thousands of mushroom-shaped rocks, stone towers, and valleys eroded by wind and rain over millions of years. These rock formations were created from hardened volcanic ash, forming a soft rock area that is easy to carve, but has unusual and consistent shapes. One striking phenomenon is that every early morning, hundreds of hot air balloons rise together, creating motion in the sky above the still rocky terrain. Cappadocia also has deep, multi-level underground cities, built for shelter and survival in harsh conditions, with many theories still not fully explained. The dry terrain and neutral-colored rocks contrast sharply with the colorful hot air balloons and carved architectural details. This area was once home to ancient civilizations, like the Hittites and Byzantines, who left strong cultural traces in religious and artistic rock-carved structures. Bagan is famous for thousands of ancient temples and pagodas built on a large plain, creating a unique natural landscape combining architecture and the natural environment. In the early morning, a thin mist covers the structures, creating a mysterious space that makes the whole area look like a surreal world. There are many unclear stories about the exact origin of the large number of temples, intriguing historians and visitors. The contrast between the red brick architecture and the vast flatland highlights the uniqueness of this place. Bagan was once an important Buddhist center and a place where exquisite architectural art developed during the golden age of the ancient kingdom. Dry winds blowing through the temples create gentle sounds, adding to the sacred atmosphere. The dry climate all year round also helps preserve the ancient structures in good condition. Santorini features cliffs surrounding an ancient volcanic crater, facing deep blue Mediterranean waters and beaches with black, red, or white sand. White houses with blue domes built along the cliffs help regulate temperature and resist earthquakes. Locals grow grapes in volcanic soil and produce wine combined with seasonal tourism work. The island's culture is influenced by ancient Cycladic civilization, with folk festivals and legends passed down for generations. Its ecosystem includes seabirds, small reptiles, and drought-resistant plants growing on volcanic rock. Visitors often hike along the crater, swim at beaches with unique sand colors, and enjoy tasting local wine. Uluru is a massive monolith rising from arid land, known for its orange-red color and the ability to change shades throughout the day depending on sunlight. The rock is about 1,100 feet long and features deep cracks and grooves formed through millions of years of natural weathering. One unique phenomenon occurs at sunrise and sunset, when Uluru appears to glow with a red light, producing a rare visual effect in nature. According to indigenous legends, the markings on the rock were left by ancestral beings after sacred battles, a belief that modern science has not fully explained. Culturally, the site is considered sacred and closely connected to traditional ceremonies that have been passed down for many generations. Zhangye Dangxia is a geological park known for its colorful mountains formed by mineral deposits and tectonic movement over millions of years. Layers of red, yellow, orange, and green sediments create steep cliffs, natural arches, and uniquely shaped stone towers. The area was once part of an ancient trade route, preserving cultural exchange and oral traditions from local communities. People here mainly work in farming, herding, and tourism, combining Han culture with local minority customs. Despite the dry climate, the ecosystem supports animals adapted to harsh environments such as foxes, rabbits, birds of prey, and small reptiles. Viewing platforms along walking routes allow visitors to see the terrain shift colors under changing sunlight. Lençóis Maranhenses National Park is known for thousands of fine white sand dunes interspersed with clear freshwater lagoons formed after the rainy season. From above, the curving dunes and transparent water create a natural landscape with high visual contrast. The area was once home to coastal communities who lived according to the distinct wet and dry seasons, combining fishing, farming, and tourism. Locals use small boats or animals for transport and continue traditional practices adapted to the harsh climate. The ecosystem includes fish that survive in temporary lagoons, seasonal migratory birds, and drought-tolerant plants scattered across the sand. A common experience is walking across dunes and swimming in freshwater pools in the desert, where the contrast between sand and water feels truly rare. Chingi de Bemaraha is a national park with sharp limestone formations created through erosion over millions of years. The entire area features upright rock towers forming narrow passages, natural corridors, and stone bridges. Tourists must use harnesses, hanging bridges, and climbing steps to pass through the rugged terrain. The park is home to rare animals like lemurs, reptiles, and birds that are found only in Madagascar. In the past, this area was used by indigenous people for ceremonies held inside deep caves. Sossusvlei is famous for its large red sand dunes stretching endlessly under the intense sun of the Namib Desert, creating a majestic and unique landscape. The red color of the sand comes from iron oxide, making the dunes change shades throughout the day. There are no large man-made structures here, but the natural arrangement of sand and dry salt pans forms a perfect design. Local people live simply, developing survival methods and maintaining traditional culture suited to the dry environment. Sossusvlei is home to many animals and plants adapted to harsh conditions, such as antelopes and desert snakes. Visitors can climb tall dunes to watch sunrise or sunset and explore wide sand valleys to better understand this special desert environment. Juzaigu Valley is famous for clear lakes with colors ranging from green to deep blue, creating a very special natural landscape that attracts many tourists. The valley is also known for white waterfalls and dense forests that change colors with the seasons, enhancing the area's natural beauty. Local people believe this place is protected by sacred gods, forming a mysterious story connected to the valley. The contrast between solid limestone mountains and calm lake surfaces, along with the bright colors of autumn leaves, creates a harmonious and unique natural picture. The cultural history of the area is closely tied to ethnic minority communities who preserve traditional customs and lifestyles. A unique natural phenomenon here is the lake's clarity and varying colors caused by geology and minerals in the water. Wulingyuan is known for thousands of tall sandstone pillars scattered among deep valleys and forests, forming a rare vertical landscape. Visitor facilities like cliffside trails, suspension bridges, and outdoor elevators are built simply to allow access while protecting the ecosystem. Local residents still maintain traditional customs and take part in developing sustainable ecotourism. The forested environment supports rare species like golden monkeys, broad-billed birds, and plants growing on steep cliffs. Visitors can enjoy hiking, mountain climbing, and panoramic views of the stone pillars from glass outdoor elevators. Devil's Tower is a basalt formation hundreds of feet tall, featuring uniform vertical columns rising from the base to the top like a giant man-made structure. This formation was created by slowly cooled magma underground and exposed after millions of years of erosion, forming a rare geological phenomenon. According to native legends, the vertical grooves are claw marks left by a giant bear trying to climb the tower in a mythological story. The contrast between the vertical rock and the flat surroundings makes the landscape extremely striking, especially when sunset light hits the rock. Some visitors also report feeling disoriented or hearing strange echoes near the base during windy days. Xi'an is a limestone forest with thousands of stone pillars, some reaching over 100 feet tall, formed by karst weathering over millions of years. The stone columns have unusual shapes like standing people, animals, or ancient tools, creating a very rare and distinct landscape. Some local legends say this place was created after a battle among gods, where all living things turned into stone in the middle of the fight. Narrow and deep rock crevices have been reported to interfere with compasses, leading researchers to suspect abnormal magnetic activity in the area. On sunny days, the sharp rock edges cast deep shadows, creating strong contrast between light and dark across the rough terrain. The grey, coarse stone areas lie next to green patches of vegetation, forming a clear contrast in both colour and environmental energy. Lake Hillier is known for its vivid pink colour that lasts all year round and remains unchanged despite exposure to sunlight or fluctuations in environmental temperature, making it one of the rarest natural phenomena in the world. This unusual color persists even when the water is removed from the lake, showing it is not a visual illusion, and scientists have not yet reached a confirmed explanation. Since the 19th century, exploration teams have documented the lake's strange existence and suggested that the unusual color might result from mineral accumulation or unknown biological processes. Lake Hillier lies just across a narrow strip of land from the ocean, creating a sharp contrast between the lake's bright pink water and the deep blue sea beside it, which makes the landscape completely distinct from its surroundings. Its stable, safe nature and unique coloration have made Lake Hillier a long-term focus of international scientific research over the years. Blue Lagoon stands out with its distinctive turquoise water, creating a highlight amid the dark gray volcanic landscape, offering a unique and attractive natural beauty. The lagoon formed from the wastewater of a nearby geothermal plant that has skin-healing effects, creating a mysterious and unique story about its origin. The sharp contrast between the cool blue water and dark gray volcanic rocks further enhances the attraction of this landscape. The hot water contains many rare minerals that help maintain a stable temperature all year round, providing health benefits and relaxation for visitors. This combination creates a unique natural phenomenon that attracts many people to experience. Plitvice National Park is known for its natural tiered lakes, connected by hundreds of waterfalls flowing through limestone and forest. The lake water changes color from turquoise to blue, depending on minerals and light throughout the seasons. Floating wooden trails and footpaths allow visitors to explore close to the water without disturbing the ecosystem. Locals nearby rely mainly on agriculture and eco-tourism while maintaining traditional customs in daily life. The area supports rare wildlife such as brown bears, grey wolves, and over 150 bird species due to its mixed forests and clean water. In spring and fall, visitors can walk the wooden paths and view the lakes from elevated lookouts. Ronda is located on a limestone mountain area with steep cliffs and a deep gorge that clearly divides the terrain. The city was built right on the cliff edge, with many structures placed close to the drop, giving the feeling of floating in the air. This place has several legends about secret passageways through the mountains used during historical conflicts, and some have not been fully explored. Amid the dry and solid rocky landscape, small garden and flower-covered balconies create a striking contrast. On humid days, mist rises from the gorge and forms a thin layer of fog that surrounds buildings, making the city appear to vanish. Sunlight reflecting off the cliff walls in the late afternoon creates bright light streaks that attract many photography enthusiasts. Blyde River Canyon is one of the few canyons with a thriving green ecosystem, featuring steep cliffs combined with forests and a winding river below. The reddish-brown rock layers contrast sharply with the lush green vegetation, creating a visually striking landscape. In the morning, thick fog covers part of the canyon, making the scenery feel like a hidden, ancient world. Many local stories say the river once flowed backward for one night each year as a sign from the spirit world, though no evidence has confirmed this. One of the canyon's key features is the deep holes and twisted rock columns formed by water erosion over millions of years. The combination of rushing water, reflected light, and unique geological shapes has made this one of the most remarkable canyons in Africa. Kawa-Egan is a volcanic crater with a bright blue acid lake nearly 1 mile wide, surrounded by dry rock walls, extremely high acidity that can corrode metal, but its unusual color and strong reflection still attract many visitors. One of the rarest phenomena here is the blue fire, which appears when sulfur gas ignites under high heat and oxygen, glowing at night. Some people once believed the blue flame was a special sign, although the phenomenon has been explained scientifically. In the same area, visitors can see the glowing fire in darkness while watching local workers carry heavy sulfur blocks on their shoulders. This place presents a strong contrast between the visual beauty and the dangers from toxic gas and the lake's acidity. Grand Canyon stands out with steep cliffs, clear rock layers, and impressive depth shaped over millions of years by the Colorado River. The changing sunlight throughout the day creates shifting colors across rock layers, letting visitors see geological changes with the naked eye. Some viewing decks use reinforced glass floors to allow direct views into the canyon while staying safe. This area was once home to ancient native communities, and they still practice spiritual rituals tied to the land. Guides here are knowledgeable in local culture and geology and play an important role in conservation efforts. Mount Kilimanjaro is the highest mountain in Africa, known for its distinct landscape zones, from rainforest and alpine grasslands to permanent glaciers. The mountain has three main peaks, with Kibo featuring a large crater and remaining ice fields that are slowly shrinking. It was formed by multiple volcanic eruptions over hundreds of thousands of years and is now inactive. In local culture, Kilimanjaro is considered sacred and closely tied to traditional stories and spiritual life. People living near the mountain mostly work in farming and guiding tourists, with deep knowledge of the terrain, weather, and ecosystem. The wildlife includes monkeys, antelope, birds of prey, and shrubs adapted to harsh, high-altitude conditions.